And I'm Chantale Glover. In Destin, Florida, officials are investigating the death of a Georgia Southern student. That's tonight's top story. Investigators say friends found 23-year-old Philip Cameron Christian of Augusta, Georgia, not breathing shortly after 5 a.m. Sunday morning. He was staying at a vacation home with 15 other students during spring break. Christian was taken to the hospital where he died about 10:30 a.m. An autopsy is scheduled for Tuesday. Governor Rick Scott's budget plan gave the department a $276 million increase that also opened up 81 new positions. There's also a plan to move the budget of the state-run Florida Channel from the Department of Education to the Department of Management Services. That was a great Grammys Award show. It was indeed. Poor Bieber. But that's going to do it for us tonight. For Cal, Jessica, and Nicole, I'm Chantale Glover. Have a lovely evening.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Are Tallahassee bank robberies up? The most recent robberies occurred late September at the Farmers and Merchants Bank and the Florida A&M University Credit Union. Banker Will Robinson says that the city would benefit from more police.
Criminal justice majors at FAMU, at Florida State, or even at TCC to apply to be part of the police force, so you can have more police to be able to protect all the citizens of Tallahassee.
Crime analyst Dwayne Cicero of the Tallahassee Police Department says, although it may seem as if bank robberies are up, they're really not. As of September 30th, there have been 13 bank robberies with an average of 16 a year. Tallahassee has yet to reach its peak. TPD spokesman David McCraney says new precautions at banks will help with suspect arrests.
They have installed door locks so they have to buzz people in. They've come together, and now you're required to take your hat and your sunglasses off before you enter the banking institution. And they're very aware. When they see the suspicious activity, they call us right away so that we can check it out. And again, we've been very successful in the apprehension of suspects based on this type of technology.
Police say if you witness a robbery, try to gather as much information on how they look, their clothing, and any vehicle descriptions. Since 2006, there's been controversy with the proposed Chasing Woods development. Developers are trying to build up to 500 homes on nearly 700 acres of land. One concerned resident who lives near the area explains how Wakulla Springs could be affected.
Everything that creeps into the ground here is going to get caught on the aquifilter and go right towards Wakulla Springs.
Scientists say septic tanks cause nitrogen to flow directly towards Wakulla Springs. Leon County Commission voted 5-2, granting the developers more time to provide information on the very fragile land. Commissioner Bill Proctor says the number of proposed houses has been reduced.
The developer actually has the development rights to develop right now between 400 and 500 homes. We've been able to talk him down to about 250.
Located on County Line and Sunflower Road, the land is far from urban service areas. David McDavid, Director of Growth and Environmental Management, says the area is part of Springs Protections Map. It shows areas of sensitive land that contribute to the flow towards the springs. McDavid says the proposal is the most controversial one yet. The quadruple murder on Saddle Creek Run has left neighbors in disbelief and their kids in fear. The heinous crime that left 27-year-old Brandy Peters and her 3 children dead has the entire community in shock. A vigil was held in front of the family's home where politicians and officers gathered to share words of justice. Also in attendance were the teachers of the 2 6-year-old twins. Elizabeth Calhoun, Tanaya's teacher, says God needed her with him.
God chose to pick one of his little flowers, and I know she'll be looking down. The class misses her. I miss her. And I just pray for the family.
One of Peter's neighbors says he's more aware now.
I always have been, and I always used to tell my wife all the time, to be careful doing this and doing that. So now she's actually paying attention now because of what went on.
Because the investigation is ongoing, details are being withheld. Chief Dennis Jones says justice will be served.
Whoever did this will be brought to justice, and we will bring this to a closure.
Funeral services will be held at Gethsemane Missionary Baptist Church.
Although the MLK parade was canceled, one thing you can't stop is our desire to come together as one.
Residents can only hope their next commissioner brings positive changes to the county. For FAMU TV 20 Election Special, I'm Chantale Glover. As TPD and other banks work together to curb these robberies, one should always be aware of their surroundings. For News 20 at 5, I'm Chantale Glover. Tree is growing in Tallahassee, and whether we believe it or not, it's inside of all of us, just expressed in different forms. One of my favorite poets said, "When life gives you back talk, don't be afraid to talk back." For FAMU TV 20, I'm Chantale Glover.